The off-season has been good to us. We got going in late November of last year. The kids seem excited, a little bit rejuvenated after a tough season last season. They've been bought into what we're trying to do. Numbers have been good. Made some changes offensively and defensively. Kids have embraced those. We've had a good summer, and we're looking forward to getting going.
Alrighty, well, you talked about, just a little tougher season last year. What are some things from last year you're like, I wish I would have done this better, or just some takeaways from last season that you want to make sure to really hone in on in the 2020 season?
Any season you want to look back on afterward and see what went well and what didn't, but a season like last season really was a cause for reflection and pause, and we looked at what we were doing and the reason maybe why behind it a little deeper, and found that maybe we needed to make some changes, or we had been maybe gotten a little bit complacent as coaches. So, made some changes to fit schematically to fit the kids that we have. We're looking forward to seeing how those play out on Friday nights this fall.
And you've already talked just a little bit about offensively and defensively. How are those changes really going to play into the style of offense and defense that you guys are running?
Well, we're going to be completely different in terms of what we run and the schemes that we run. Looking forward to seeing how the kids embrace it. We're trying to find things that we think are going to fit the kids that we have now and the kids that we have coming up in the future. And so we'll see. It's always an adventure this summer. You think you're doing the right thing, you think you're making the right decisions and changes, but you really don't know until you get some film on it on Friday night.
And for those new changes, what are some guys that are going to have to step up, and some guys that you can depend on to fill those bigger roles for this year?
You know what? We've got a small senior class, just 7 of them, but been really pleased with the way that they've been doing things. On the offensive line, we have Gerber and Logan Cotton. Alex Fordick has been playing some quarterback for us. Last year, Drew Graff played some quarterback for us. Gary Riley, Max Babcock have filled in and done a really nice job for us. We've got a young man, Hayden Ellsworth, who's maybe looking to get some time. I think that's all the guys that we have in terms of seniors. We're going to count on those guys to provide us with leadership and just set the tone for how we practice, how we prepare, and how we play.
And just last question for you. What are skill-wise, we need to hit this to get those wins. What is that for you?
We've got to make sure that we understand blocking assignments. We struggle a little bit with that this summer from time to time. We've got to take care of the football. Can't have it on the ground. And we've got to make sure we can tackle in space. Angles weren't great this summer. We've got to get a little bit better at that and block destruction, getting off blocks and getting in position to make tackles.
What have you guys really been hitting on?
So, we have, entirely new scheme, offense and defense. Really excited about that. We've gotten a lot stronger this offseason, put in a lot of work, learning new stuff. Definitely, trying to prepare ourselves to put us in a good position to perform well this season.
Well, you already talked about, I've heard a little bit just about the new offensive and defensive schemes. How has that been, learning a whole new set, but also how have the guys, really reacted to that and taken it in?
It was kind of difficult at first. It felt like drinking through a fire hose a little bit, especially at the beginning of the season and the beginning of the summer. But, at this point, we've kind of started to get things down a little bit better. And, the guys have really approached it with a positive attitude. And I'm really, pleased with how far we've come this summer. It's been really good. And, I'm really excited to play. Really excited to get into the season and see what we can do.
Right, and so senior year, what are you most excited about? What do you want to make sure that you get accomplished? I know that's a big question.
Yeah, I don't know, really, to be honest with you. I haven't really thought about that very much. I'm just really excited to play, have some, make some memories with the guys on the team, just finish strong, I think. Just play as well as we can, and I think it'll be a good season.
Perfect. And then my last question, what are your guys' keys to success? What do we need to do skill-wise and physically to get those wins?
I think we just need to continue to work hard like we've been doing this summer. And I think just, really getting this, the new stuff, down, mentally, and just, keep working hard in practice, just getting better every day, a little bit every day.
What are the big accomplishments? What are you looking forward to most?
Obviously, our goal is to win a sectional championship and make it far in the tournament. But this year, I feel like we got a lot of confidence in the team. We have a new defensive and offensive scheme this year, and we're looking forward to see how it works.
And Coach said a little bit earlier, you win games at the O-line, D-line. How has that been, and where are those strengths really shining through for those positions?
Yeah, we go into every game like it's a war. It's trench warfare down there. And we believe that the game is won at the line of scrimmage, and we have to get pushed every time. but yeah, that's our main focus.
And then obviously you're already there at O-line and D-line, but who are your bigger guys that you know are going to need to step up for this year in those positions, but also in skill positions?
Yeah, sophomore Carson Powell. He started a little bit last year as a freshman, but this year I think he really made the jump, going to a couple camps and stuff like that. Alex Fordick, our quarterback this year, tore his ACL in the first game last year. I think he really made the jump this offseason. But yeah, just a couple other key guys that can really make a big difference this year.
And what are some other keys to success to get those wins in this moment?
Like I said, leadership. Leadership last year I feel like was lacking, and that's put on the shoulders of me and our seniors of last year. And this year I feel like we've really put an emphasis on leadership.
And how have you guys done that? You mentioned a couple sophomores having to step up. How have you really taken those guys under your wing to try to push them, but also grow them as leaders?
Yeah, whether it's taking someone home after a practice or just talking to them one-on-one when they ask questions. I mean, I'm always there for them. I make sure they know that, and I'm just a good role model. I do the right things, I do the little things, and make sure they feel that and they know that.